Welcome back, folks. Greg Silberman here, your alternative investment CIO. This is our Come Learn With Me series, where we take all the articles that we curated and put them out there. And for the last couple of weeks, we see which ones you all liked and shared and statistically analyzed. And then we bring them to you, and we will read through them together in a Come Learn With Me session. We have a number of sessions, sub-sessions, should I put it. We've got a Come Learn With Me nuclear and uranium session. Specifically, we're very interested in learning in this space because we perceive that the fundamentals are very favorable towards perhaps, not investment advice, do your own research, but perhaps another bull market in uranium. We were around in 2000 to 2007, participated in that one, and that was very rewarding for us. So that's good. So we have that, the Come Learn With Me session on uranium. If you stick to the end of this video, I'll tell you how we are getting more involved in the investment side. I'll refer you to our investment URL because we cannot be seen to be marketing our investments online. So stick with us to the end. We want to get rid of this dirty stuff behind me over here and get carbon neutral, right? Oh, I suppose that is radioactive waste. Okay, here we go. Former SpaceX engineers designing nuclear microreactor as clean energy alternative to fossil fuels. Okay, man, I'm a nut for anything to do with Elon Musk and SpaceX, right? I'm a nerd like that. Radiant says each unit of its microreactor delivers over 1 megawatt of electricity. Not bad, not huge, providing enough to power to support 1,000 homes per unit. All right, let's get that into the archives. Right, yeah. There it is. There's your nuclear reactor in your backyard. Governments all over the world are looking at energy security as a priority to power their industries, businesses, home, and offices. But there are finite sources of energy, and the technology to harness renewable energy is still decades away from a wider adoption. US-based company Radiant is trying to address this challenge by developing a portable nuclear microreactor. It is collecting funds to design the reactor that can be used where other forms of power generation, including diesel gensets, are not practical. Radiant is founded by engineers who have worked with Elon Musk's SpaceX. Your portable nuclear reactor, doesn't that sound interesting? This technology is expected to enable people in remote and disaster areas with rapid supply of electricity as needed. That would be cool. The microreactors can be monitored remotely, and centralized fueling maintenance enable microgrids without any permanent impacts. This is important. The microreactors can be monitored remotely, and centralized fueling maintenance enable microgrids without any permanent. To be honest, I'm not sure I know what that means. Radiant says each unit of its microreactor delivers over 1 megawatt of electricity and can operate for up to 8 years, providing enough power to support over 1,000 homes per unit. The company calls its design a clean energy alternative to fossil fuels for military and commercial uses. Those SpaceX boys, and gals, they're so smart, aren't they? Radiant last month said it raised 1.2 million, 8.97 core Indian currency from angel investors. Radiant is developing the first power generation system that can go anywhere. Company co-founder Doug Bernau said in an interview last month. Former SpaceX engineer who worked on developing energy sources for an eventual Mars colony. Bernau said he thinks microreactors hold the most promise to supply power for settlements on Mars. We're all going to Mars, apparently, right? During his research, he said he saw an immediate opportunity to utilize the technology on Earth, thank goodness, which resulted in founding Radiant along with 2 other SpaceX colleagues. Diesel has long been the fuel of choice to run gensets in areas which are located far from traditional power grid. This brings forth both logistical challenges and environmental concerns. The transport of fuels is another big problem. Radiant microreactor has the potential to change the energy generation process for the better. I think that's it. Wow, so let me comment on this. This is great stuff, isn't it? Really. And they even got a nice logo. I'm curious how you start one of these things, right? So if you could literally transported somewhere, and then, you know, almost like your gas, you know, you turn the on switch. Of course, it's hard to turn off nuclear power, so it's base load power, it doesn't turn off. All right, guys, at the beginning of this video, I said I'd tell you a little bit about our investment program. If you go to this URL, which should be flashed up in front of you over here, that's our investment site. Most of our investment is done in the private markets. So we follow SEC rules for Reg D type offerings. Head over to the site. You'll have to register to get in and see. But you know, if you meet the qualifications, certainly we'll let you in and you can take a look. We typically investing in or looking for to use a well-worn example, you know, the Facebooks when Facebook was prior to being public. So we're doing that in certain different industries, uranium being one of them. So we certainly think the fuel is the way to play the boom in nuclear power. Last time the price of uranium went from I think it was a low of $8 to $150. It's now hovering around $48 to $50, and it's gone through a few boom bust cycles. So these are speculative investments. Let me be clear, if you're thinking of heading over, you know, these are highly speculative investments. But we look to build private companies, let's say in the uranium mining space, in this particular example, with the ultimate goal of exiting to the public markets as an IPO when the time comes. Hopefully, when, you know, the whole world wants to get in on uranium and nuclear, and prices are a lot higher, that's when we'd seek to our exit. So that's the kind of investor we're looking for, who wants to join us on that kind of ride. Excuse the pun, but yeah, if it's of interest, head over to the website. Please get in touch with me and let's talk. Anyway, enough from me. I hope you enjoyed this. This was another one of our Come Learn With Me uranium segments. Greg Silberman, your Alt Invest CIO, out for now.